All right, let's do the October check-in. Over the next, like, week, month, you may be kind of in the lone wolf energy. And I'm noticing that fucking moon. And I think earlier, like, I didn't mention it, but, and I'm seeing, like, that looks like the moon too. We have, like, our moon out there, but then there's, like, a little guy out there, like it's not a moon, but like, they've been calling it a second moon because it's pretty big, and I guess you can see it at different times. And people have been making a big deal about it in the astrology world. So I feel like that may be influencing us. Like, I do feel like, I was just thinking that a minute ago, I'm like, I have, like the energy that I normally have at a full moon. And I'm pretty sure that the full moon isn't for a little while. We got like 18 days. So I guess this, well, it could be the eclipse too, because I know the eclipse can be very powerful. And I'm seeing that over there with the owl. Look, the owl is always going to be with the fucking moon. And just even if there's an owl there, when I saw that, when I was pulling these cards, I was like, oh yeah. Because earlier in the thing that I did, these were synchronicities that were coming through. It was like the moon card showed up in every way, which way it could. It was like this moon and that moon and over here and oh, then the ocean and the moon and then like the high priestess and the moon and then there was owls and the owls connected to the moon. So again, the energy of this month, I feel like you may be like in your lone wolf energy, or you may just be feeling like you may feel when the full moon is present. Like however you react to the full moon, you may be finding yourself kind of having those reactions. You may be feeling like a little restless, or you may have a little bit more energy than normal. Things could be coming up for you. And I think it's different for everybody. Like I'm usually more energetic around the full moon. I get more done. I feel good. Like, I don't know. I have noticed that the full moon is usually good for me. But at the moment, I don't think that full moon's out there, but I feel like the energy of the moon is just very intense. I also feel like that's connected to the eclipse. And as I said that I look over here and see my deck there, which obviously I feel like that's just a confirmation that, yeah, these eclipse energies are also chaotic energies. So your wild version of yourself may be coming up to the surface to need acknowledgement and to need healing and to just kind of like deal with whatever it is that is being expressed within you. And remember that it's okay to go within. It's okay to be like if you're feeling like I'm alone, or like you start feeling weird about stuff, you start feeling like sad or down on yourself, know that it's okay. Like whatever is going on, it's okay and it's going to pass. It's not going to like stay forever. And if things haven't been great, try to shift into that place of like, I'm going to utilize this time for my highest and best. I'm going to harness this chaos. I feel like I do well in chaos because of my like ADHD self. My whole life is fucking chaos. So when the chaos energy is out there, it's like, it's just another day. It's just another motherfucking day. I'm getting this done, that done, this done, all simultaneously at the same time. And does it all get done simultaneously at the same time? No. It takes a while for each item to get done, but I'm still getting the things done, and that's all that matters. So don't worry. Even if what that means is like I'm getting rest done, or I'm taking a break done, or I'm whatever it is, it's like something different. But I do feel like there's going to be a call, like this wild call within you. I know we saw the wild card earlier too, and I can't remember where it was. I'm pretty sure it was in the same thing as all the other ones. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was in that deck, the Heal Yourself card. So it was like calling you to be your wild self, to like allow your true authentic self to be expressed. Don't put a mask on. And when you think of like a werewolf, right? Like when the moon comes out, it can't fucking control itself. It changes, it transforms, and it's like, and it does whatever it does. So things that are happening right now, just go with the flow and know, like, sometimes it's out of our hands. And if you start acting a little weird, or things are coming up, or it's like, why is this happening? It just may be something that's out of your control, but it's not anything to fear or, get all freaked out about. Just go with the flow. Before we even got to this month, I was like, this is a good time to set up an ancestor altar. This is a good time to be calling on your ancestors. This is a great time to do that work, because the veil, I just noticed that says the veil is thin. And I've been seeing tons of stuff like all day long. I keep coughing too, but it's like I don't have to really cough. It's like I'm just having a hard time talking. So and I'm noticing she's gonna claw over her throat. We may need to like claw our way open. We need to really push our truth out. We may need to be wild and free and just let it come through. And if we've been holding back in any area, we might see like the symptoms of that physically, mentally, emotionally, however it is. Just pay attention and do what you can. But it is a good time to also be working with your ancestors. This is when the veil is the thinnest. Like I said, I've been seeing weird shit. Like I keep thinking that the dog is like right over there looking at me, and the dog's not there. Like earlier I went to go over to like the laundry area, and like all the dogs are locked on the other side. My dad's in bed, but like something was over there with me. Mend a broken heart, and it says healing from heartache. So again, and I know a lot of people, and like this card came through with the true love from the Halloween deck, and I'm pretty sure there was, yeah, like the hedgehog love, positive, uplifting new friends. I do feel like a lot of people out there may be, dealing with like having to heal a broken heart, or having to let go of things that weren't necessarily easy to let go of. And it could be a myriad of ways. Like maybe you've lost somebody to spirit. Maybe you have somebody on the other side that you're missing, or maybe you have an ex that's passed away, or maybe you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend that passed away, or maybe you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or someone that you were interested in romantically who has kind of left you alone. And it's all right to be alone. You're still powerful, you're still strong, and you're really not alone. You may physically be looking around and feeling alone, but you are never alone. Your DNA is pumping through you all the time, and your DNA is infused with all those spirits and all those ancestors and all the people that have come before you. But I do feel like it's a good time to focus on the healing as well. It's a good time to invoke the energy that can support you and do it intuitively. We've had a lot of signs and synchronicity with dolphins. We've had a lot of signs and synchronicity towards like sound healing. And look, I just noticed like she's got the Nautilus Princess, which was under here. Look, Sea Storm, Nautilus Princess, the Mermaid. I was just talking about the dolphins. That's that Sirian energy. And the Sirian energy is emotional, cleansing, healing energy, water energy. So you may need to use the element of water. You may need to call in the Sirian consciousness. You may need to call in the dolphin consciousness. You may need to travel into the cosmic ocean and travel into deeper depths of your subconscious and of what you have underneath the surface. And I'm noticing that's number 33 and that's number 44. You need to go into the shadow to transform it. You got to do the shadow work. And this is the perfect time to do shadow work. This is the perfect time to acknowledge those things inside of us that need to be, seen. We got to take that little mask off and really look within to understand, why am I attracting certain things? What led to me having this heartache? Am I breaking my own heart by setting myself up with things that are beneath what I want? Like maybe I want true love, right? Maybe I want that true love there. It says, love is love and it transcends physical death, which is interesting because I don't know. Some of you may have somebody that, isn't even here in the physical. Maybe they passed over. I had an ex that passed over. I think about him all the time because the other day, somebody with his exact name, which I've never seen anybody else with the name Jae for Jay, liked my Etsy shop stuff, and I was like, what? It was just kind of weird, but I get weird little reminders of him all the time. But I was literally just saying, like, maybe there's somebody on the other side, maybe it's a loved one or, your true love or whatever. They could be energetically on the other side supporting you. So again, you may feel it's okay to be alone. It's okay if that's the case. And that doesn't necessarily mean you'll end alone either. It may just mean that like you've been looking for somebody that can't manifest because they're not actually here, or they're not here yet. And you just gotta like do what you gotta do, get through where you're going through with the healing so that you can invite them to come in, because they can come in. Their walk-in soul can show up at any time. People manifest in so many different ways. There's so many different timelines. Things are shifting and changing and merging all the time. So don't ever limit yourself. But at this moment, there may be things that you're healing, and it may be calling for you to do it solo, physically. But yeah, I think it's funny that it says, love is love and it transcends physical death. So even if somebody is not physically there or your relationship physically ended, maybe they're still alive, but if they're physically not there, the love still exists. It isn't gone. If it's true love, it will always be there, and it's eternal love. You can't lose it. So I do feel like many of you have eternal love in this world already. It just may be kind of like eluding you at the moment, but that may be because you need to do some deeper exploration into the shadow to uncover where you're not unconditionally loving yourself, where you're abandoning yourself, where you're not taking care of yourself physically. Look in your eyes and look in your soul and ask yourself, like, what am I missing from myself? Like, what am I holding myself back with? And then again, this was that personal power and growth. I feel like your personal power is within you to grow, and it's up to you to acknowledge the things that need to be acknowledged so that can happen. Okay. Uplifting, positive new friends, hedgehog love. And again, love, eternal love. We're talking about eternal love. We're talking about, things coming in at the right idea, the right time. We're talking about facing ourselves and doing all these things so that we can bring in love. And for some of us, that's going to be better relationships across the board. It's going to be romantic, friendship, family. So again, know that everything's working out at the right time, and you're going to be receiving the right downloads and the right moments of, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't think of this before. I think there's gonna be like a split. There's like the people who are waking up, the people who are open to it and want help, and then the people who are just dumb and never gonna come, and we might as well just fucking ghost them so that we're not full of regret. Okay. But I do think that when these people pass away, they're gonna regret not doing what they should have done while they had the opportunity to do it, because they're gonna have to come back and live another fucking life in amnesia land and try to figure it out again. So much stuff happened this week, and all I'm seeing is still diddy. I'm like, dude, I have known 100% for sure for years about Diddy doing what he did. Okay, like I've known. I know way too much about it because I'm a conspiracy weirdo. But the fucking ports closed at midnight. All across the East Coast here, all the ports are closed. They're all on strike. The UN signed a fucking pact that basically starts the whole one world government thing. And if you spread misinformation, or they deem you as misinformation or malinformation or whatever, they're going to have a centralized way of making it so that you don't get to purchase anything. You don't get to drive your car. You don't get to go on vacation. You can't go on this thing or that thing or whatever. They close down your bank account and shit because you have an opinion that goes against what they want. And the fucking UN all signed it and agreed to it. And then, like, over 100 different countries decided to get rid of the fucking dollar bill. They're no longer doing the dollar bill. That's not good signs. World War fucking 3 is on its way. According to some of this shit, who knows which way it's going to go, because timelines are shifting all the time and things are always changing. And I feel like, of course, you know, the ports, they're not going to indefinitely stay closed. I don't tell people so that they fare and get all freaked out, because, like, they bring half of the goods into the United States. Like, that's our food, that's a lot of our stuff. And one day the port being closed is supposedly equivalent to 7 days of not getting items. So, as that happens, and as that continues to happen, if it continues to stay happening, it's going to be bad. You know, like, we're going to be running out of shit. But I really feel like that's also part of their fear tactics too, is they want us to think, because I'm like, there's plenty of fucking shit in that grocery store that has been in that fucking grocery store the whole time I fucking lived here. I don't think anybody's coming in to take it all out. Like, you'll find something, don't worry about it. And somebody will fucking end up bending, and the job will start to happen again. And then we have death and the maiden. Invasion, boundaries, violated, dominance. And this is interesting because we're talking about death. For some of you, like, I just saw somebody that's in the collective that I know they have somebody in their life that's fucking toxic, and they keep trying to, like, reconnect with them. Just keep your energy protected, okay? All of a sudden, our boundaries are being tested. I know there's another person in the collective, too, that's, like, been talking to somebody. The person doesn't like their dogs, so it's, like, pointless for them to keep talking, because, like, if he doesn't like the dogs, why keep talking? I saw something come up over there, and there's nothing over there. It was like, boop. I thought it was like a mouse. That's, like, the size of it. But, nope, nothing's over there. Just me being crazy. So, again, we're going to start seeing stuff, all right? And it's nothing to be afraid of. Try to just be mindful. Like, if you do see something, it's because the veil is thin. Calm amid the chaos, okay? These eclipses are chaos. This energy is chaos, I feel like, but it's also going to be balanced. That's where the calm comes in. It's just like the center of the storm, right? Like, there's been a lot of things happening on our planet. There's been a lot of things happening with our individual lives because we're all under those frequencies. So, like, whatever's going on the micro is going on the macro. Allow yourself to remain calm through the chaos, and allow yourself to just embrace the chaos at times so that you don't get taken off your path, or you don't get all messed up. But I definitely feel like right now could also be like a time, or I'm feeling like right now there is chaos. There is some stuff. There's some triggers. There's some things that are going on that are calling us to open our eyes and to look deeper. We're being called to connect with that intuition. The moon is all about our intuition and psychic power and, like, high priestess energy, right? There will be the eye of the storm when things are calm. And again, this is also telling you to remain calm regardless of what's going on with the storm, okay? I still have that stupid baby, 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 stuck in my fucking head. But
you know you love me, you know you care. Just say whenever, and I'll be there. You want my love, you want my heart. Like baby, 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 oh. Like baby, 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 oh. Like baby, 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 oh. Thought you'd always be mine. I know you're Mana, I know you man, I know you wiener will always end. You're my dog, I love you long, because you're never, ever, ever, ever wrong. Are we an item? Are we forever? I love my wiener, there's no one better.
I do feel like our Kundalini is awakening. We are going through a transformation. You know, like, there's a death and a rebirth occurring, and it could be, in some cases, like, people are physically passing away, and, like, somebody shows up in their place on an energetic level. Like, my mother passed away, but, like, now this woman is in my life that I'm really close with, and she reminds me of my mother so much, and she treats me so well, and blah 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 blah. Or, like, we broke up with our boyfriend, and all of a sudden we go somewhere, and this new guy shows up, and he's like the most amazing thing. It's like we're embracing the change, but it's because we're doing the work. You know, we're remaining calm within the chaos, and we're taking back our power. We're allowing ourselves to acknowledge that it's okay to be alone sometimes, and it's okay to not have all the answers, and it's okay to see things that other people don't see, but we can allow ourselves to not stay stuck with them and continue to break free as we see. All right. And then I am not a victim is here too. So I feel like this is significant, because with shadow work and trauma and ancestral stuff that comes up, a lot of times people feel like a victim. When we go through breakups, we feel like a victim. When we lose something, we feel like a victim. Or if, like, we're struggling financially, we feel like a victim. This world has set us up to feel victimized around every corner. And they're making more and more reasons for people to feel fucking victimized day by day. Oh my God, this fucking stupid asinine thing that nobody's ever heard about. I am so offended that nobody on the planet has ever heard of it. This one person that I interacted with today, because they hadn't heard of it, or they misgendered me or whatever, I'm going to throw a fit about it. But it's like, they could throw a fit just as much as you are throwing a fit. Because you're expecting them to know you and your mindset and what you got going on based off of what you've lived, right? Like, oh, it should be so easy. But that person has lived their whole life doing the whole thing that they do. And they probably never run in to that instance where they're getting, like, bashed over stuff, like those types of things. And I know not everybody out there who like, you know, is trans or whatever does that stuff, but there's some out there that do that stuff to a degree where it's like, I feel like they just want attention, that there's something going on deeply under the surface that they need to face, because they're not victims, but they're victimizing themselves at the hands of others who had no intention of victimizing them. And it's like some people like that, or they stay in it because they don't know anything else, and it could come from those ancestral wounds, and it can come from our past lives. And again, if you have any of those things on a small to big degree, this would be the great time to acknowledge it, call on Kali for the ending of it, to destroy those demons that may be manifesting and causing insecurities, or causing us to feel jealous, or causing us to feel angry or resentful or scared, or whatever it is that's going on. But we are being reborn. We're definitely shifting. We're going to be attracting the right people. And with the mermaid immersion, it says complete commitment, and a new world is born. Look at that. A new world is born in a complete commitment. So some of you are truly going to be like, and I'm seeing like this as like uniting too. Some of you are truly going to be uniting with the person that's emotionally fulfilling for you, somebody that's going to help you to bring.
You can watch the full 40 minutes for $1.11 on my Patreon.